So what are you supposed to do in this fight? Well, one, you absolutely have to stay in front of the Istersiva's face here. And of course you gotta manage these damn crystal monsters. Like, I've already taken too much damage for phase 1. Because here's the thing, Istersiva... Ow, I just showed you there again. Istersiva does not do this swing attack if you're in front of its face. It only does that when you're hiding behind it, which makes sense. Once I realized that, no problem. Because at first I was so angry that there's like no wind-up, no tell on that big swing. There's like practically no time to avoid it. But the idea is you avoid it by staying in front of Istersiva. And once I like kind of understood that, like, okay, much more manageable fight. Although, I let the crystal babies get out of control again, so... no huge deal. So let's put that into action. Let's stay in front of Istersiva's face, focus on avoiding those big forward slams, which have huge wind-up, as you can see, and focus on managing these little crystal babies. And Istersiva will die pretty easily. Or, I should say, first phase will go by fairly easily. Now, let's not worry too much, because we've got plenty of opportunity to hit Istersiva when it's spitting out these babies, so... I'll not worry about sticking close to it when it's doing its big swings. Alright, down to half health, and we're done. No problem. Then we get to phase 2, which at first I was like, Jesus Christ. So Istersiva, the real Istersiva, is this giant crystal line monstrosity. I guess it was shooting its tentacle into the ground, I guess? So it starts doing this Toho bullet hell stuff, which gives me some major agita. Because I'm not good at these. And then it does this move, which shoots down these huge purple lasers. Just keep my distance for the moment, as I explain what's going on here. And when it's in this form... oh my god. When it's in this form, I die, because I'm an idiot. Alright. Let's go one more time with regular Istersiva. As we saw now, I can deal with this form pretty easily. But, Form 2 is actually also pretty simple. I just was kind of, if you can deal with the bullet hell, which I'll admit gives me some stress, so I'm not super good on that front. Deal with you, and you're gonna cough up those. Stick close to the face, yeah. So the thing is, Istersiva's real body, the flying Istersiva, you can't really damage it much in its normal form. It has huge defense on its crystals, you see. So, you can kind of hit its tail. You saw that dangly tail that's the same color as this tentacle, which I guess is the tail, maybe? You can kind of do damage to that, but not a lot. What you want to do is hit it when it does that purple attack, because it kind of reveals its form. And you can totally... Actually, yeah, now it demonstrates. You can totally run down here and be safe, and you can totally jump up and hit this... pod thing in the middle and do humongous damage. Look at that, we took off 400 health from him. So now it's just a matter of me avoiding this Toho stuff, which is the biggest challenge in this fight. Like, look, if we get underneath him, he can't even hit us with those lasers. Like, it's... At first I thought this is hard because I don't know how to get in there. It's actually so easy to just run underneath it when it does that attack, so no problem. This is not much of a challenge if you can avoid these damn... I think the term in Toho is Danmaku is the term for when the screen is full of shit to dodge, I think. Toho fans can write in and tell me if I'm right about that. Oh god, avoid these blobbity blobs. Yeah, so there you can see the tail is there dangling. You can totally hit it even when it's not... There we go, even when it's not spread out like that. But it only does like a few blips of damage. Booyah! That went super fast compared to my first go. It took me at least 20 minutes because at first I was frustrated with the first phase's bullshit. Like I said, if you don't know what you're supposed to do to manage the boss in that first phase, as happened to me a lot at the beginning, it is so overwhelming with the screen full of those crystals shooting lasers and you hiding behind Istersiva, which baits out those swing attacks with zero wind-up. I was gonna have an aneurysm at first. Once you figure out what to do to manage that fight, as you can see, wasn't a huge deal. So, I'm gonna say that's actually a really good boss. It's It's pretty challenging at first, but once you experiment and figure it out, it's actually very manageable, which I guess is a really good type of boss. I think this is kind of a very good opposite to Gyalva. Gyalva, if you recall, was all about just kind of figuring out where to be to avoid every attack, which was a lot more rote memorization. This boss was a lot more about just kind of learning the battle strategy and kind of just about reflexes and avoiding those, like, big bullet hell moves. So, good variety on bosses on that front. To have, like, kind of do two different kind of challenges. I'm gonna imagine this boss hits harder with more people than Gyalva does. Like, I think Istersiva might be more like. That's just my guess. Feel free to write in which you know which boss you prefer to fight. Like I said, because I like that kind of pattern memorization, I was pretty into Gyalva. I have to say, I'm okay with Istersiva now as well. I have to apologize for him. You can imagine in your mind the kind of... I was getting close to raging, as I was just like, oh my god, like, what am I supposed to do? Oh god! That's like, the screen fills up with bullshit, you know? Because that feels frustrating, when it feels like... When you get that, there's nothing I can do feeling, which, you know, most of the time is not the case in video games, but you can't help but kind of feel that for like a second at least. I don't know, maybe there are people at home who have huge discipline in video games and they never feel like that. But I certainly still have a bad habit of sometimes feeling like, what was I supposed to do? Well, what I was supposed to do was learn the boss, which, as you can see, once you do that, not a big problem. So, a mysterious crystal that pulses as if alive and is filled with impurities that look almost like internal organs. It attacks with intense bursts of an unknown energy, Guardian of the Darkness statue. So now we have 3 of the 4 statues. We have the Moonstar, Sunset, and Darkness statue. And I'll admit, I'm not sure what we're supposed to do next here. I went back to Redmont and I talked to some NPCs there at the end of my first attempt at recording, but I didn't really get to the main quest, like, next nugget yet, so we'll just do like I just said we did. Head right back to town. Oops, no. Oh, actually, no, hold on. There is something I need to do first. Let's go over here, because I did do this last episode as well, but, or my last attempt at recording as well, but I was about to forget it again. Now that we have double jump, there totally is a thing here that I remembered that, right, you totally can use double jump to get up here. Hold on. Just deal with these birdies so they're not gonna mess with us. So over here, this bit right here, I remember this part. You see right here, you can totally cross this with your double jump now. I fortunately I remembered this bit here when we first came through here, like, oh, yeah, here's something that we couldn't get up to yet. It's so good that they, like, had that jar there, because that jar shows you, like, oh, you're supposed to be able to get there. Because otherwise, I mean, yeah, it looks different from the surroundings, but you might be like, oh, maybe you're not supposed to go up there? But the fact that the jar is there, it tells you that you can kind of climb up there. Good design. I like it. Deal with these fellas. Now that we're also beefy at level 23, oh my god, we leveled up fighting Istersiva. These Zone of Lava enemies are not a hassle, I wouldn't say. Not anymore, anyway. So just get ready to die. And that's all there was here, was just this next chest. It's another cattle elixir. I think it gets our HP to 195 instead of 192. It's something. There we go. Now we can go back to Redmont, yes. Sorry, I was like brain farting on how the controls work. And we are, because we are so ahead now, I have like, what, 20 minutes still recording time left? We're gonna dick around in town, and I've talked to some locals. I picked up one side quest, actually. Or like, I don't know, side quest, or some little side thing to do. But, I don't know exactly everything to do in town yet, so we're gonna get a little bit of blind stuff again. Man, when you're playing a game non-blind, the game really does blaze by, doesn't it? Like, there is a palpable difference in how long it takes to do a game blind versus non-blind, because I swear, like, I only had, like, 5 to 10 minutes of episode time left when I got to this point. Versus now, where I just beansed through that dungeon and, with minimal hassle, defeated Istersiva. It's kind of crazy. But, I mean, the trade-off is that you get to hear me be all like, whoa, what the heck is happening in this game when I'm doing it blind, and it's all new for me. Maybe, I don't know. I've never gotten like a read on, do people prefer a blind or a non-blind kind of more knowing what's going on playthrough? I don't know. I'm always open to hear about that, so feel free to drop a comment on that if you'd like, fellas. Anyway, let's chat it up with Dewey here.
Looks like we've got a lot more monsters on our hands all of a sudden. They're all over Felghana instead of just in the quarry. Things could get rough with Gardner protecting the town by his lonesome. By the way, you haven't seen Anya, have you? I noticed some Raval ore missing from the house. Can't imagine what she plans on doing with it.
Right, and I totally forgot who Anya was, but we will be talking to her in a second, actually.
Hunger doesn't wait for peace. Peace waits for hunger to be sated. And my belly's roaring like a wildfire. But then I haven't been working much, so I haven't been eating as much either. So I guess it makes sense. Adol, please, wipe out all the monsters so I can eat yummy food again, without feeling like the blubbery Picard I am.
Poor guy. At first I was like, I don't get it, but it seems like people are having a food shortage here because they're just not able to go farm or bring in food. I think this guy mentions that. This dude who I don't even remember? Harold? I like that there's so many, like, I think every Towns member has a cut-in art here. So that's kind of really amazing that they put so much personality in these characters, but I can't remember who the hell Harold is. Anyway.
Never mind trading, we don't even have food for the dinner table right now, nor any other daily necessities. What does McGuire expect us to do? Is he just trying to kill us, slowly and spinelessly? I've actually considered leaving town, but there are monsters everywhere out there, and I'm not trained to fight. I'd never be able to survive on my own, much less with my family.
Right, so it does sound like things are getting desperate in town. So I'm looking for Antonio. I want to give him our Raval ore, which we have 192. Wow, so I definitely found... I definitely missed that one chest on my first go. Wow. Good thing we replayed that dungeon, huh? Because I had only like 120-something Raval ore on my first go-around. Now we have that much. God damn. It was 65, right? So... 130 to 127. I guess that's how much I had at first. Wow. Okay. Anyway, he wants 50. Antonio does. So in any case, I was able to give it to him in either case. But like, that's just gonna help us in the future with that much Raval ore on us. So Adol, guess you and Dogi are headed off to fight on Felghana's behalf, huh? If there's anything at all we can do to help, just say the word. With you two fighting like storybook heroes, it'll look pretty bad for the rest of us to kick up our heels, you know? It's a nice way to look at it, Ricardo. I feel ya. Alright, so this is Anya.
Hey, Mr. Adol!
Isn't this cute? She, like, gets voice acting all of a sudden for this. I love this little dialogue here.
You wanna play a game with me?
Sure, little missy. I guess I have time to play around. This is adorable.
Avast ye, scallywag! Me treasure's been hid all across this scurvy town, and you're the only one who can find.
And I have to give 10 out of 10 points for the voice actor doing that line read there. The way she just went, this scurvy town. So good, I love it.
There be 4 stashes of rich stuff. If you can find them all, you'll be the king of the
That sounds awesome!
That
That sounds less awesome. Oh god, I'm going. Wow. So we gotta find 4 treasure in town then. I actually know where one is already. It's actually on the screen right now. Let me know if you guys saw where it was just now. But first we gotta take care of Antonio, and I'm gonna go do some upgrading at the shop. Yeah, Antonio! Let's sell some Raval ore. It was 50 you wanted, I believe. Oh, you have it? Will you sell me 50 hunks of Raval ore for 2,500 gold? I will do that. That's good money. Alright, the deal is done. Here's your 2,500 gold. Cha-ching! Adol received 2,500 gold. I can't believe you've gotten a hold of so much Raval ore with things as they are. You're really something else. If you get any more spare Raval ore in the future, you know where I'll be. And next up, let's see if you can find me... So, on my original recording, I tried to guess before pressing here what it's gonna be. I guessed he was gonna go up to 250. How about 200 hunks of Raval? What do you say? So I kind of highballed it a little bit there, not by too much. I thought a multiple of 50 was gonna be it. Well, I guess 200 is a multiple of 50. I'm an idiot. But 250 felt more, you know, I don't know. Just felt like that would be it. It's 125 times 2, so, you know, 5 to the power of 3 times 2. I'm sure this math has some significance, right? Sorry, I had to stop for a second. I was like, yeah, 5 to the power of 3. That's 125. Yeah. Phew. I feel like an idiot. Come on, they're gonna bite my head off if I don't have enough Raval ore by the sale date. And I mean that literally. Damn. Alright, freaking what the heck kind of cannibals are you working for? Well, we'll try and get 200 then. We got 142 now, though, and I want to do some synthesizing. I don't know why I call it synthesizing, it's upgrading. So I did not actually do that last episode, because I noticed that the gardener is here, so I suspected that we were going to get some plot stuff. So all I did was do some shopping here, and
Welcome.
Called it there for the day. But today, since we have 10 more minutes at least of time, we are going to buy this shield. That's all I can afford at the moment. Look at this final tier of stuff. We need so much cash for it. We'll deal with it, but now we have the large shield.
Don't be a stranger.
Also, I mashed through this the first time because I thought she was saying old dialogue. She actually has new exposition, so let's talk to her. Let's talk to Cynthia real quick and get what she has to say here. I have a rather eclectic stock of items on hand, and at least a few of them are chock full of innate spiritual energy. Not surprisingly, the vast majority of them come from that small island out on Sienna Bay. That's where belief in the spirits is most deeply rooted, after all. But, well, I have to admit, it's kind of creepy having them around, given what happened there. So I mashed through that, and I only just kind of read it through it very like surface level as I mashed through it, and I realized, holy shit, she's talking crazy trivia. So I hit talk again, where we got some more trivia about this island and its mysterious happenings. 12 years ago, the people living on that island out in the bay were overtaken by the disease. No one survived. Sure wish I'd had a chance to talk to them while they were around. They seemed like a wise, interesting people. So, that sounds interesting. Let's have a quick look at the map, because I'm pretty sure she's talking about Genos Island over there. You know, law of plot relevancy kind of tells me it probably is that same island. So good intel for us once we head there is that something about people being wiped out and spiritual power. Certainly something we will have to look into. Now then, now we are done with everything that I did record last time, so we are back to being blind, baby. So let's go chat to Gardener and Adonis, see what's going on over here.
Well, if it isn't the new hero on the block, Adol Kristen. I was just checking in for an appointment to get my spear all sharpened up and ready for action.
Don't like leaving my post unattended. That's no less dangerous than facing monsters with a dull weapon, you know?
Fair, good enough. So this was just like a little world-building detail, is that he's here shopping rather than on his post. I thought this would actually lead to like a huge cutscene or something, since the NPCs were set up like this. But no, this was just a little world-building thing. How cute. That's really nice. These little touches, NPCs changing their places around, it's not super dynamic like what you get in something like, I don't know, Stardew Valley, where the NPCs have like set timetables for activities daily and everything, but the idea there is nice. I appreciate that a lot. So, does Adonis have anything new to say?
You know what my grandfather always used to tell me? He said that Revalor is filled with the latent elemental energy of the land's spirits. He always was a religious sort, though. Me? I'm not even sure there are spirits in this land, so I certainly can't say if any of them sleep inside Revalor. I'll tell you what I do know, though. Spirits or no, Revalor feels different than any other metal out there.
Interesting that.
What do you got for me?
So, no point in upgrading these, I don't think. Let's just get to it with upgrading these gear right here. So bang for the buck is put that. Yes. More bang for the buck is this.
This the one?
And one more.
This the one?
And look at that, we actually have maxed here for once, and we're still left with 50, so we only need 150 to satisfy Antonio's next requirement. And we actually, until we get new gear, we're not gonna need the extra Revalor. I'm sure we'll get new gear soon enough, but for now we are G2G. Oh, I almost forgot. This is the thing I did do, though, is of course we have to equip the armor. And check this out. When we equip this, Adol becomes super badass, because that's how it works, I now understand, is when you equip a full set of gear, for example, if we have this super rad, I don't know if we missed this previously, but we have this super rad green armor. When we have a mismatched set, it looks like we default to regular Adol, which, you know, that's fine. But if we have, like, a set, check out how cool we become. Oh my god, once I found this out, like, oh yeah. It's such good stuff. Oh, we can't double jump in town. Interesting that. Okay, well, let's get to work. I have a feeling we have to go talk to the mayor to advance the plot, because he's kind of our plot expo guy. I feel like the church might also be another one, but let's go get that treasure first that we're hunting on our treasure hunt. So, did you guys figure out where one treasure was? I'm giving you a moment here to still, like, you know, type out your answer in the comments, even though this is not in real time. It was right over here. Did you see it? When we ran by, you can see a little Revalor hidden right here. You remember, I forget his name, the miner guy, Dewey. That's right, Dewey mentioned that Anya absconded with a bunch of Revalor, so that's the clue that the treasure is a bunch of Revalor hidden around here.
Hey, Mr. Adol, there's something I wanted
Oh
to
wow,
ask.
Hugo gets voice dialogue as well. Alright then, what's up, Hugo?
My little Pickard buddies have been severely under the weather.
Oh, that's sad.
I looked up their symptoms and it sounds like they got themselves some kind of
Oh, that's
disease.
super sad.
But how? I mean, I've always pampered them and showered them with love and protection. So how come they got sick?
Wow, what a life lesson about diseases. They don't care about emotions, diseases. You just gotta, you know, take proper precautions to avoid getting sick. And sometimes, you know, sometimes even that, you can be as careful as you want and you'll still catch something. Oh, man. Tough life lessons, Hugo. Well, keep at it.
They've never gotten sick on my watch before, and certainly not this badly. I think they might even be
Oh, God.
dead.
Oh, man, that's gonna be a rough lesson for you. Oy.
They just keep getting weaker and weaker. There's an herb called a berm leaf, and that grows in the Elder Mountains. It's supposed to be like a Pickard cure-all, but it's kinda rare and hard to find. And I I'm way too young and fragile to scale those icy monster-infested slopes.
Oh, well, too bad. I'm sure we are never going to those mountains, so...
I just don't know what to do. What I need is a hero who'll risk it all for great justice and cute.
Aw. Alright, fine, Hugo. Wow, they didn't even give us a yes, no, accept the quest prompt. Right, just telling us about Burmleaf. Alright, but I guess good on the game for telling us about that, because, okay, I was being ducky there for a second. I'm super sure the mountains are the next place we're going to. The ghost of Gino said that the final statue is at the mountains, and... Well, look at the map. We know that Gino's Island has this, like, strange backstory about being a spiritual center, and Veilstein Castle, I think, is where Count Maguire is, so that's, like, the bad guy central. So no way we're going to either of those two places next. The mountains is, like, lower on, like, plot priority. Okay, so we got the one treasure. There's still 3 of them left, according to Anya. I don't know where those are. Was there any hidden here among the bric-a-brac of the shop? I don't see any. I guess I can't just grab Ravalor out of Antonio's barrel there. Antonio? No, Adonis. Probably shouldn't go out of town. We checked out the well already once. That wasn't treasure so much. Haven't talked to this lady. Elena came to my house a little while ago, and she had plenty to say, that's for sure. Mostly just nonsensical banter, like old times. But that's the thing. It was just like old times. Strange, no? She seems to be in much better spirits than before, and for the life of me I can't figure out what improved her mood. It's like the cloudy skies in her heart have begun to clear, and the sun's come shining through. Spirits have been pretty low lately, for obvious reasons. But I think Elena's got the right idea. Just keep on moving. That's really nice to hear. It's nice to know that Elena is keeping it together despite the brutal surprises with Chester. I mean, we did have a talk with her, like she was being in pretty good high spirits, still holding out hope for Chester, just happy to see him after all this time, even though he's a total creepo now. But, yeah, good stuff. Bob's remains lie unmarked in the cold, uncaring darkness of the quarry, half buried in rubble, forgotten and alone. I don't mean to sound morbid, but I just can't stop thinking about it. Dear Lord, please keep watch over Bob's soul, and grant him continued respite within your divine light. May he remain always in the eternal embrace of his dearly departed parents. Jesus! Went from feel good to like, oh my god, this poor granny. Oh. Man, poor Bob. That was a rough encounter right there. Okay. I don't see any Ravalor hidden anywhere around here. Oh man, Randolph, here we go.
I came to Felghana looking for some work, but... Well, what do they say? You'll rue the day? Ah, I'm ruined. I swore on this ring I'd make it a full-blown knighthood, but... Hey, wait a sec. Why's my finger got nothing on it? Where's my damn ring? It's gone. It's really gone. Oh, I'm so screwed. Where the hell could I have lost it? I know I had it when I left from Veilstein Castle. Hey, Red, old buddy, old pal. You haven't seen a strange ring lying around conspicuously, have you?
Man, they're just shoving us with side quests here. Although he didn't have voice dialogue, so I'm not sure if that's a true side quest. But it seems too much of a flag to like, hey, be on the lookout for this ring when you head for Veilstein Castle. So, yeah. I guess we'll keep that in mind as well. Hey, Adol, have you seen Helena? I haven't seen her even once today. Now, where could she have wandered off to? Huh. Is that also a side quest? I'm getting swamped here. I don't know how to feel. Elena's worked here ever since the place opened. She's probably taking a break because of the whole thing with Chester. She's a good enough cook to take Margot's place in the kitchen, though, without a doubt. Alright. It's cool to know. Guess we'll have to keep our eyes open for Elena. Maybe she's at home? I don't know. I'm in treasure hunt mode now, so I'm just like, let me just check all the damn nooks and nookses. Might be behind this painting! No, it's not. Actually, I think we are getting close to episode time ending. Yeah, I think I'll go for a couple more minutes. Just have a look-see. But I think we're gonna call it here in just a second, and I'll hunt for the rest of the treasure and do more stuff in town next episode. So yeah, sorry for those who like the blind playthrough. Sorry that I got whacked with a need to record this. I hope, you know, I got to be all informational Minsk for a change. I hope you guys at least appreciated that. Oh hey, look! It was hidden among the flowers. Yes, that's one more. That's a good note to end it on, I think. So I think I will call it here for today, because I'm going to be exploring the building soon, and I think I'll trigger something that advances the plot in those. So I'm going to call it here for today. This is good enough. But, yeah. In any case, like I said, I hope you guys enjoyed it in the end, despite any quibbles. Next time, back to business as usual. Those guys who like the more accelerated pace, sorry, unless I have to re-record something again, we're gonna be doing regular old, confused, blind playthrough, but I hope those have their own charm. So, that's what's in store next time, as we probably head for those mountains next time. Let's not kid around. So, catch you all then, guys. Goodbye!